Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Monday, the 25th of September, the start of a new week and almost at the end of September already. It's gone so quickly, yet nothing has really happened on the charts, and that is just the type of market we're in at the moment. Nevertheless, there is still stuff to trade, there is still stuff to talk about, and today in particular, quite an interesting move from Bitcoin. So this is your few minutes long Bitcoin update. We'll try and get through all the important stuff as quickly as possible so that you can get on with the rest of your day. So the first thing I really want to mention is we have some big confluence here, okay? We had that little spike up that happened yesterday and now a drop down to 26K. Now at $26,000, we have a bunch of stuff all lining up together. First of all, yearly anchored VWAP. Okay, this is where we've been consolidating for quite some time now, but this move today brings us back into that anchored VWAP. Secondly, local range point of control. This POC has been there almost the entire time. If I do turn on the developing point of control here, you can see there is no difference. So this has been the point of control consistently since we had that drop back in August. But another important thing here is our yearly point of control. Now this has moved. So earlier on in September, when we got that nice rally after the deviation at the lows, our POC shifted down to $26,000. Okay, just above 26,050 basically. And this here is the first test that we have had of it. So we've got local point of control, range point of control, yearly point of control, and this anchored VWAP. And also if we do bring this to basically what I would consider to be the range, you can see how this also here with highs, lows, this range here, this is the POC also at the moment that we are currently testing. So $26,000, an important level to be aware of. And the reaction that we have here is kind of critical, okay, whether if this is going to hold, then it is a back test of the point of control. After the point of control shift down, so quite often you see that movement into that to test it when you do get that shift of the POC, and that for me would lead us to prices back above that 30,000. I still am looking at these poor highs up here to take out if we are to get a continued rally going into basically the end of this month and October. However, if we do lose this again now at this stage and we end up closing candles below 26, then 23K becomes almost inevitable. Okay, so the confluence that we have down there, well, we've got that yearly EQ, of course, that got hit previously, but we've got the golden pocket down there. So if you're going to go low to high, you put on your golden pocket, the 618. That coming in around about that 22 to 23K level. You've got high time frame levels down there as well. Okay, there's this monthly level that I do believe is quite important. And we're also coming back in to fill these imbalances down here. So if 26K is lost again at this stage, having had the deviation at the lows, had a decent recovery now coming into backtest, I would either be looking to, actually this yearly point of control has now moved. I need to correct that on my chart. But yeah, I think this now being at that POC, we need to start to move away from this range. Okay, the volatility is so low, liquidity is almost non-existent, and as we've seen with legacy markets over the past few weeks, there's a lot of volatility starting to pick up over there. And I think it's time for Bitcoin to really show its hand and to tell us where it is going next as well here. So from this 26, for me, next levels move down to 22 to 23. Or I move up to 30 to 31. I don't see this range as providing us with too many more opportunities anymore. However, okay, you can still look at what's going on in the local timeframes. So if we look here at our previous week, then we got the drop down on Sunday night. Okay, so it does skew things slightly, but often what you would want to see on a Monday going into a new week is a previous week high or low taken. Now, essentially for a long time, our previous week low was down here until we got to the weekend and we had that drop yesterday. But what we have seen so far today is very early on in today's, well, basically just, yeah, literally straight afterwards. that previous low then taken almost immediately as the new week started, and now we're seeing this consolidation around here. So often it would be a trade that you would want to take along from, but at the moment we're still just looking at that continued consolidation. I do think we could get a drop down to our monthly open. So if we go on here, there's your weekly open, there's your monthly open. This for me, okay, we're still above our monthly open at this stage, and I do think a drop down towards there to start to create some divergences could be what we're looking for. Then essentially, okay, what you'd be getting then maybe is falling wedge, that type of thing. Sorry, this is way off the screen. This is what I would essentially be looking for. Yeah, monthly open, okay, some kind of wedge, create your divergences down there, add on this, get a higher low, do the same thing on the hourly, potentially the 4 hour as well, which is a little bit too early for that, and then maybe get a pop back up to that previous week open, which then starts to correct some of these imbalances that we formed on the way down. So opportunity to take a long position, but I do think I'd want to see a bit of a sign of strength first. Like I always say on any of these videos, really, opening positions at the POC and at an area of high volume is not something I really want to be doing. Okay, it is a point in which to reduce position size, not to start adding on risk when you're literally sat at the point of control. Okay, so interesting that we're here. Whether that's going to give us some good trades from this point to go long, back up towards like 26.4, 26.500 potentially, but I do want to see this hold. I want to see some divergences starting to build. The alternative for this is you just come back down here. We've got our value area low within our single prints, and like I've said before, generally with this kind of thing, you'd either get a shallow retrace and then higher, or you're going to fully retrace the entire move. And I think we're at that stage now where, despite us being at the POC, I think fully retracing the whole move is maybe the higher probability play right now. You've got to really be looking at legacy markets. They have, I know I don't tend to go over onto the ES very often, but this is doing that same kind of thing as Bitcoin right now. Okay, we've taken out significant lows. It is starting to consolidate and starting to build some bullish divergence down here. So if this can bounce, and it really needs to bounce, these legacy markets not looking good. Okay, we've also taken out this low down here. So if you're looking at imbalances, okay, coming down and taking out those June 8th lows, coming into this area of single prints, fair value gap, whatever it is you want to call this stuff, there does need to be a reaction here from legacy markets. Otherwise, once again, we're coming into really back into an old range that you don't particularly want to see it testing anymore. So as of yet, this just being an ABCD correction, if this can hold, get back above that 4,400 level, and then I think we'd be looking at continuation from this higher time frame trend. Okay, we've had corrections like this in the past, and as of yet, this, as long as this is holding basically right here, then it's all looking fairly okay. So yeah, a lot of that is well, the legacy markets are going to tell us what's going to happen here. Similarities, I think that correlation can start to pick back up again, but yeah, I don't think anything more to say on this. If we go over onto XO, same situation. Okay, we've got an MPOC that got left behind yesterday at 26,560, but we're at this stage now where, okay, we either hold and build some divergences here, or we're going to drop down and we're going to fill those single prints. And at that stage, once that happens, you've got your POC back above 26K. I think then looking back down to those lower prices is what you'd have to be targeting. So yeah, on that note, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day. And yeah, cheers. Bye-bye.